Good morning, New Code Academy. Here is today's fun fact. This weekend, we adjust our clocks to end daylight saving time for this year. But ever wonder where daylight saving time came from? Germany was the first country to adopt daylight saving time in 1916. President Woodrow Wilson made it a law in the United States in 1918, but it was repealed 7 months later. It was brought back in 1942, but each county was allowed to choose whatever not to observe, meaning time changes were inconsistent, even within a state. Then in 1966, President Lyndon Johnson signed the law to make daylight saving time uniform across the country. States were given the option to opt out of daylight saving time, but it had to be the state as a whole, not just certain counties, with Arizona and Hawaii being the only two states not observing the time change. The conversation continues whether we as a country should or should not observe daylight savings time, citing reasons such as health risks, crime, increased electrical costs, and many others. But in the meantime, don't forget to turn your clocks back 1 hour this weekend.
Good morning, New Code Academy. Today is Friday, November 1st, 2024. My name is Max, and this is NewsBYTEs. More in store for 2024.
Welcome to NewsBYTEs. My name is Briar. Well, Terabytes, we made it to the end of quarter one. We are getting ready to turn our clocks back this weekend. So, Terabytes, we're going back to the
Sorry to cut you off, Briar, but we have to follow copyright rules. That's right, Terabytes. Sunday morning at 2 a.m., daylight savings time ends, and you will need to adjust your clocks back 1 hour.
Which means I'm going to get an extra hour of sleep. Woohoo! I'm going to get to sleep in.
While Briar is celebrating extra sleep, let's check out this week's weather.
Basco Stunt Kitten here again with this week's weather. Well, it looks like today is the coldest day of the week at 45 degrees. Then we spend the rest of the week in the 50s with rain expected today, Saturday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Looks like fall has finally decided to make an appearance, but in true Minnesota style, it waited until after a day of winter snow. But that's Minnesota for you, don't you know?
Good morning, New Code Middle. It's Miss Brower and Arlo here today, mainly because I can't get him off my lap. But just wanted to come on the last day of quarter one and tell you how proud we are of all your hard work this year. We're especially proud of you learning those skills that make online learning work, which is like keeping track of time, motivating yourself to do some work even when you don't feel like it, right? Keeping a schedule, making lists and checking them off. So all of those things that you have done this quarter to help make yourself a successful student online has paid off. And for those of you still working on those skills, we are here to help. We just need you to keep trying. Okay, so I hope everyone has a great weekend, and we will see you back here on Monday for quarter two. Bye, New Code Middle.
Hey, New Code Mason here with this week's tech tip. This weekend we get an extra hour of rest, but do you know our Chromebooks need rest as well? At the end of the school week, give your Chromebook some time off. In other words, shut down your device each weekend. There are many reasons for this, including things like resetting your Chromebook memory so it works better on Monday. But also, updates tend to be pushed out, and shutting down your Chromebook over the weekend, those updates can better take effect, preventing future issues with your device. So as you get all rested over the weekend, don't forget to give your Chromebooks some time off as well to recharge, update, and be ready to work on its best as well. Well, that's this week's Tech Tip. See you next week!
Welcome to Cat Chat with Basco. This week's fan mail letter comes to us from 8th grade. Hey Basco, my grades were okay at the end of the first quarter, but it was tough getting caught up at the end of the quarter. What can I do in quarter 2 to make it easier? Great question, random 8th grader. Let's go to Miss Schultz, our learning mentor and one of my favorite humans, to find out.
Thanks for the kind introduction, Basco. Congrats on making it through Q1! I know that the final stretches of quarters can be kind of stressful, especially if you're trying to catch up in lots of your classes. So I do have a tip for you for starting Q2 on a really productive note. Instead of doing an end of quarter routine of finishing missing assignments and getting help from teachers, try doing an end of week routine through quarter 2. To avoid falling behind, each week do these 3 things. 1. Check all of your class grades for missing assignments. Get those turned in while the information is still fresh in your head. 2. Check your assignments for comments from your teachers. It might be a clue that you need to resubmit something to get credit for it, so don't miss those comments. And 3. Are you confused on a grade that you got or a subject material? Ask your teachers while it's fresh rather than waiting until the end. They are there to help you and they're going to be happy that you reached out. All right, you guys are going to do so great Q2. I'm so proud of you for getting through Q1 and I'm always here to help in case you need any other study tips. Bye.
Thank you for taking that one, Miss Schultz. More great questions coming next week. Later, humans! And remember to take a bite out of tuna. Bye-bye!
Hi, I'm Aya, and this is this week's brain teaser. Can you solve this equation? First, you need to use your math skills to find the value of square, the triangle, and the circle. Then use those values to solve the final equation. If you think you know the answer, then go to your Canvas launch homepage, click on NewsBYTEs. There's an activity where you can share your guess. The answer and the first 3 to get it correct will be shared on NewsBYTEs next week. Have fun and see you soon.
Welcome to Dad Jokes, the segment where humor is questionable, laughter is optional, and the jokes, well, they're exactly what you'd expect. Today we bring you the finest groan-inducing, eye-roll-worthy jokes curated just for you, whether you're ready or not. So sit back, brace yourself, and remember, sometimes the best laughs are the ones that hurt the most.
I gave my handyman a to-do list, but he only did jobs 1, 3, and 5. Turns out he only does odd jobs.
Hey, Mr. Duro here, coming at you with some dad jokes, because I'm a dad. And I figured it's Halloween today when I'm recording this, but I mean, for you guys, it's going to be after Halloween. But I would do some Halloween-y type jokes. Actually, they're not even jokes. They're riddles. So let's get to the first one without any further ado. Do you guys know what a one-eyed jack-o'-lantern wears? A pumpkin patch. I know what you're thinking. Boo, boo, but I'm not a ghost. Speaking of that, though, I do have a ghost joke. Why was the ghost crying on the sidewalk? He fell down and got a boo-boo.
And that includes this installment of Dad Jokes, where we showcase the true comedic genius of our school community. Remember, every groan, sigh, and awkward chuckle brings us just a little bit closer as a school. Thanks to all our brave joke submitters. Your contributions have been unforgettable, for better or worse. Until next time, keep those puns sharp and those pencils sharper.
Well, that's the end of this week's NewsBYTEs. More in store for 2024. Tune in next week when we'll find out...
Will any terabytes be able to solve the brain teaser?
without help from Mrs. Hills. Will any terabytes be an hour early for school on Monday morning because they forgot to reset their clocks? Did Basco's stunt kitten return this week because she's the only one who is willing to work for Cat Treats?
All this and more next week on NewsBytes. See you same time next week? Well, sort of. Not sure if the math on that one works after the time change. Oh well.
Hi, I'm Aya, and this is this week's brain teaser.
Hello.
Tuna is the superior food, but tuna is best.
Turn to the next segment there. Goodbye. Can you solve this equation? First, you need to use your math skills to find the value of square, the triangle. Yeah, I know.
What is my part? Oh, there it is.
The end!